Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's Pick a Card reading, we are going to be looking at messages and predictions for your month of January 2026. We are going to start off with the general overview of your month where we look at the main themes, the main energies of your month ahead, as well as any significant events and changes coming your way. Then we are going to look into specific areas of your life. So we will take a look at predictions for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. There are 3 groups to choose from today, so I'm going to show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. For my group number 1s, we have this black stone with the triple moon symbol. For my group number 2s, we have this zebra ember heart. And for my group number 3s, we have this citrine point. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the black stone with the triple moon symbol, this is going to be a reading for your month of January 2026. We are going to start off this reading by pulling some cards from the Transparent Tarot. If you're not familiar with this deck, basically the cards are transparent, so you can overlap the images and get some pretty interesting messages in that way. So I want to ask your guides to show us a scene from your month of January 2026. So this could be like a highlight of the month or a scene that shows what the main theme of your month will be, something to look forward to, something to look out for. What scene can we see from group number 1's month of January? So we're starting with the 5 of Cups. Interesting, 111 on the camera timer as I'm holding up this card. And actually, right away, that is giving me the feeling that you are transmuting pain this month. You're like taking some negative emotion and using it as fuel. You're using something like sadness, anger, or disappointment to actually motivate you to come back stronger. Okay, you're gonna be super productive this month. Let me just see how many cards came out. 6, the number 6 could be significant for some of you. You're coming out of a slump. Rather than waiting for negative emotions to subside, to come back, to make a comeback, you are accepting the negative emotions for what they are and using them as fuel. We have the 3 of Wands. Okay, definitely you are going to be very active and very productive this month. Coming out of your comfort zone, being more bold, no longer waiting for life to happen for you, no longer waiting for people to give you what you want, but rather being in a mindset of going and getting it yourself. It's almost like I'm hearing something like, F you, I'll do it myself then. And that being a really big motivator for you. Or like, if you don't see my potential, fine. I'll show myself my own potential. Taking anger or sadness, and this could be like the pain of a rejection or something not going the way you hoped. And you're channeling that into your own personal growth and your own improvement. You may be making someone regret a decision they made about you, like a person or a group of people or a company turned you down and they're going to be regretting that. Also, I feel like for those of you who have been really trying to make someone like you or make someone notice you or make someone see your worth, in January, you're gonna be like, ew, like screw that. I'm not using my energy on that anymore. All that matters is that I like myself. And I feel like you're kind of reclaiming some energy that you had been spending on gaining others' approval, or that you had been spending on like longing for an outcome with another person, and just being like, no, I'm gonna take my fulfillment into my own hands. And we also have, yeah, this is the Empress. So, I actually really like this energy because if we overlap these, this Empress card has such a beautiful meadow on it. And there's a big, clear blue sky, there's flowers growing. And I feel like your energy in January is like, you're this Five of Cups person. And it's like, you have been sitting and sulking in the most beautiful meadow. And you're looking up and you're like, what am I doing? My life is beautiful. This meadow is beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm hot shit. Like, I'm not, there's some feeling sorry for yourself that is ending, or longing after something else or someone else that is ending. Just to illustrate this energy, it would be like somebody getting over a breakup and being like, that person was not shit anyway. Like, I'm worth so much more and I'm so amazing. And I'm gonna take all of this energy that I spent pining over them and I'm going to use it to improve some area of my life, or to reach a goal, or to create something amazing, to grow on my own journey. I do feel like maybe there was some kind of rejection involved in this situation, but it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. Just like some other party not responding in the way that you hoped. And you're like, whatever, that doesn't say anything about my worth or the quality of what I do or what I can do or my work or my creations. Like, I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna keep going. And ironically, some of you are gonna see people regretting it or trying to come back now that you are thriving. And I mean, it's up to you what you do with that, but you are really starting off the new year strong and taking matters into your own hands. There may be some kind of independent venture that you are starting, or just you're really focused on your own personal growth. So I'm interested to see what that section of the reading will look like for you. So let's take a look at these oracle cards to get more insights on the main themes of your month. We have Ray. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. We have I should have been blank. So that's very interesting. It looks like yoga and exercise as a tool to release shame and release regrets. There's really a strong theme here of you letting go of the past. Like, if only things had turned out this way, if only I had done this, if only they had done this. And you're like, no, the past was the past. That was 2025. This is a new year. And I'm not carrying these concerns and worries and regrets with me. Like, you can stay in 2025. Thank you very much. And I think you're moving into this new year confidently and with a spring in your step and just with a much lighter energy. We have Uranus revolution, so sudden change. You know what? I wouldn't often say that you go to bed on December 31st one way and wake up on January 1st completely different. But group one, I feel like you're getting pretty close to that. It just seems like with the turn of the new year, some switch is flipping in you. You're like, we're in the year 2026. Like, I'm on a completely new energy. I'm not playing these old games and feeding my energy to the same nonsense from before. With Uranus here, there could also be a feeling for some of you of suddenly having a very clear head and a very clear focus at the start of the new year. Some of you might feel like you are like snapping out of a spell and remembering how powerful you are and remembering that your happiness is in your own hands. And I feel like not just for January, but for this new year, a theme is no longer giving anyone else or anything else the power to determine your worth or to determine your happiness. And we have vision. This is so cool. Like, your vision is getting clear for your future and your focus is getting so clear. Look at all of these eyes looking straight ahead. The sun, this, is that a lynx? I don't know, looks like it. Maybe that's significant for some of you. This eye in the sky, they're all looking straight ahead. The water is very crystal clear. The sky is crystal clear, not a cloud in the sky. You're getting so focused in reaching your goals this month and throughout the year of 2026. And I'm so excited for you. I feel like this is just the start. And as the months go by into February, March, April, your motivation is only growing and your vision is only getting clearer, especially as you start to see it manifest in the physical realm. I just want to take a look at our ephemeris for the month of January. For significant dates for my group number ones, I think the 21st and the 22nd of January could be significant for you. And that's actually right around the time that we enter into Aquarius season. I also think it's right around the time that Neptune changes signs. Okay, bit later in the month, that's around the 26th. But I think you're gonna start to feel a powerful shift around the 21st, 22nd, roughly, of the month. Like energy feeling lighter, your focus feeling clearer, old like regrets and sadness from the past not weighing on you as much anymore. You could also start to have like really vivid dreams that are very easy to understand. Like you wake up and immediately know what it was trying to tell you. I don't know why I feel called to mention this, but it looks like this eye is wearing eyeshadow and it looks like the same colors as the fly, like this metallic green, this metallic red. It's a nice look, I have to admit. I would say it looks pretty fly. I'm so sorry for that. Anyway, let's read the keywords on this card. Also, I just looked up and saw 1221. We have 12 here. I feel like the 21st is going to be a significant date. Maybe there's something on the 12th as well. Okay, so keywords on this card: breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, and lightning. Okay, you're on fire. I also feel like yoga or meditation or exercise could be a really great way for you to, I want to say, passively brainstorm. And I guess what I mean by that is you're not actively sitting down like, come on, ideas, let's come up with something. You're just like sitting there in meditation and letting the ideas find you. Uranus is like sudden, brilliant ideas, and Uranus has a kind of genius energy to it. So that paired with this like meditative energy and vision, I think at some point in the month of January, some brilliant genius idea is going to come down to you, something for you to create or something for you to work on. So let's pull just a few more cards to see your main themes of the month. Okay, we have Tree, affairs with your family. Dogs, getting together with friends. And Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. So there's two interpretations coming to my mind for this. One is for those of you who have had conflict or a kind of turbulent situation within family or between friends, and that is that the conflict is going to be resolved in the month of January, or any tense dynamics that you've had with family are going to be becoming lighter, even if this person is not in your life anymore, because there could still be an energetic connection between you where you're feeling tension and where you're feeling heaviness. So whether this person or these people are in your life or not, whether you are seeking to repair the relationship or not, just know that the energy between you is getting lighter, tension is easing, and you're not going to feel like there's this burden on you in the month of January. And then the other interpretation would be for those of you who have family, friends, loved ones who have been going through a difficult time, and you're going to see that their situation is getting much better in January. And as such, this takes a lot of, it lifts a weight off of you, because obviously you would have been worrying about them. So if you have a loved one who's been struggling, who's been like not doing well, they're going to be doing much better in January. Dogs could be significant as well. Especially like if you have a dog who's on the other side, you might be seeing a lot of signs of them in January, because when I saw dogs in rainbow, I thought about like the rainbow bridge. So yeah, like any companion animal on the other side, you may be getting a lot of signs from them. Okay, so this concludes the general overview part of your reading, and now we're going to get into the specific areas of your life. So we are going to pull one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. Okay, and same thing with oracle cards. Love life and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. Awesome. So let's go ahead and reveal what you can expect in the different areas of your life for the month of January, starting with your love life and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the Four of Swords. This makes a lot of sense, especially when I think about the message that we just received. This indicates a peaceful time in your love life, in your relationships in general, with no conflict. A key word that is sometimes put with the Four of Swords is truce, but things are peaceful. There's no conflicts, there's no drama. If there has been, it seems like you are putting something to rest, especially if this conflict was due to misunderstandings or like rumors, you know, someone not having accurate information or someone not seeing the full picture accurately. Like, you will be able to clear the air. You'll be able to I'm hearing some of you will be able to like stand up for yourself, like, no, that's not what I did, or no, that wasn't my intention. If you feel like someone has misunderstood your heart, I'm hearing you'll be able to clear the air with that. And some issue that had been weighing on you with regards to your relationships or a specific relationship is going to be resolved. And for some of you, this could literally lead to you sleeping better or just having more restful times because you don't have this situation weighing on you. I feel a general sense of harmony with this card and groups flowing smoothly. So, for example, if there's a family gathering in January, everybody's getting along. If there's a big project that your team is working on together at work, everybody is communicating well, everybody is showing up and doing their part. So any like group gatherings or group efforts that you have in January, it feels like everything is going smoothly. If you have a conversation coming up with someone that you are nervous about, it's going to go just fine. And I also heard you're going to get your way. So I don't know if you're asking someone for something or you're trying to convince someone of something, it's going to work out in your favor. You're going to get the outcome and the agreement that you want. For those of you who are manifesting new relationships, you are manifesting people who are, who are the level up that you're trying to attain right now. So it's like you're trying to level up in life, you're trying to reach the next steps of something, and those are the very people you're manifesting into your life because A, they can help you, and B, they're coming into your experience because that's a sign you are about to have this level up. You ended up on the same frequency, if you will. You ended up on the same timeline. So now you're going to start to see this type of person appearing in your life. Specific message, but if there is a certain field or a certain career that you want to manifest wealth in, but you have limiting beliefs about that, like it's hard to get wealthy in this career, or like I'm not going to be able to do it for whatever reason, I think you're going to meet someone who really squashes those limiting beliefs. Because they're like, well, I did it and it wasn't that hard and I can show you how to do it. Someone will show you that whatever endeavor you're thinking is hard, they're going to show you how it can be easy, or at least easier, and help you start to believe that your goals and dreams can be possible. If you have dealt with any types of people who like gossip and just start drama, I feel like they are staying far away from you and they cannot access you. They cannot get into your business because they can't find you. They're not existing on the same timeline. They can't find you. For your oracle card, okay, we have the ring, lovers, and the number 25. And 2222 on the camera timer as I held up this card. That is crazy. So, I mean, look at this. Look at the image on this card. It's someone proposing. I don't want to spoil any surprises, but if you are in a relationship, someone could be proposing to you, or maybe you're the one who's doing the proposing. Now, this certainly doesn't have to be romantic if that's not resonating with you. If we think of what a proposal is symbolically, it's, I would like you to commit to a very long-term journey with me, and I would like us to work together, and I would like us to rely on each other, and I would like us to be partners. So this could be in business as well. It probably wouldn't look like someone getting down on one knee, but this could also be a contract, you know. I would like you to work with us long term. So someone is offering you a higher level of commitment. And judging from this card, it is going to be harmonious. There's not going to be any hiccups. If you, even like for those of you who are getting married, the wedding or the planning of the wedding could be going quite smoothly, like logistics wise, but also minimal conflict with others. You are entering into a mutually beneficial partnership with someone, some other party, and your guides want you to know that there's going to be minimal interference from the outside, like in terms of, you know, people meddling or people getting in your business. Like you're going to be protected from that, so that you and this other party can move forward in your partnership and fulfill your roles to each other in peace. For those of you who resonate with like a business partner or a work partnership, I also feel like there's an energy of you working on some really innovative and genius idea together, and nobody can figure out what it is. So nobody can steal it, you know? Nobody can see what you're doing. It's completely safe, it's completely locked. A partnership that matters a lot to you is protected, and it's locked from the inside. So external meddling energies cannot get in, romantically or otherwise. Nobody can meddle with your love life, with your friendships, with your collaborations. It's safe. Your privacy and this like sacred thing that you're working on with another party is protected by your guides. Interesting message. You could also be experiencing some telepathy this month between you and another party that you haven't really experienced before with other people. So there is something kind of special about your connection and the way that you're able to connect. And that's going to be confirmed to you in January. You'll probably confirm it with the other party. Like, that's crazy. We just had like a telepathic moment, or we were just picking up on each other's energy. You have a really cool like mental and intellectual connection with another party as well. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards for career and studies. Your tarot card is the Nine of Cups, so congratulations, Group 1. A wish of yours is coming true in 2026. Actually, as I showed this card, the camera timer said 2626. So this is the year. 2026 is your year for career, for studies, for creativity, for finances. Both of your cards, your tarot cards so far, are related to Jupiter. Actually, even Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. So you have Jupiter energy 3 times in this reading. Needless to say, something is growing. Your finances are growing, your status is growing, your position is getting higher. Actually, this makes so much sense because I felt like you're manifesting connections with people who have been through the level up that you want to go through. And that was a sign, like now it's your turn. Yeah, in 2026, it's your turn to experience the career success you've been wanting to experience, the financial situation that you've been wanting to experience. It's your turn to see your vision and your ideas come to life. It's your turn for your wish to come true. And you're gonna start to see this happening already in January. I would say in the month of January, it's not like you're receiving the whole wish, because actually, for some of you, it may even be physically impossible for you to receive your wish within the span of 1 month. Like, for example, if your wish is to get a degree and you haven't even started it yet, you're not going to get it within the month of January, but you could get accepted to the school you wanted to go to. You could get hired by the company you wanted to get hired by. You may not make your entire desired yearly income in January, but based on this first month, seems like you're on track to do so if things keep going the way they are. So it's like you're starting to see little pieces of this manifestation come in that tell you, I am well on my way. If things keep going the way they are now, and I don't see why they can't, group one, because you've taken things into your own hands. This is an ideal situation because in order for things to keep going the way they're going, you just have to decide that they're going to keep going that way. You've set things up to be as much in your own hands as they can be, so that you don't have to rely so much on external parties. Like, if this external party does blah, 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 then I can reach my goals. And now we wait. Like, no. You're actively moving towards your goals, and you'll see, like at the end of January, you'll see what you were able to accomplish. And that tells you, oh, my goals for 2026 are very realistic. Like, I'm very capable of achieving them, of getting to the place I want in my career, of passing this exam, of getting into this school, of getting this, I don't know, this scholarship, this study opportunity, making this much money if I didn't say that already, whatever it is in that area of life. And any partnerships you're in, for your career, for studying, for creativity, I feel like it's with someone you really, really trust, and you share the same drive and you share the same capabilities. So neither of you are going to weigh each other down. You're going to lift each other up. And we have the sword, power, number 11. The number I saw when I knew your success was in your hands at the start of the reading was 111. So look out for this number. Look out for repeating ones. 1111, 111, you get it. It's telling you that you have the power and you can do it. Swords represent, again, clarity of vision. Again, brilliant ideas. I see a common theme here. It's your own brilliant ideas and your own ability to execute them that is making you successful. I also want to take a moment here, group one, to say, make sure that you give yourself credit, because yes, of course, people help you along the way, but you have to pull yourself through in the end. So the example that just came to my mind was someone who got a really amazing grade on an exam. Let's say they got like a 97. And then they're like, oh yeah, you know, my tutor was so amazing. Like, yeah, that could be true, but at the end of the day, you had to discipline yourself to show up and study the material and to work with your tutor. Like, yes, it's important we give credit to those who helped you along the way, but give yourself credit too. Your guides are being very clear about that. Okay. Finally, let's look at your cards for spiritual and personal growth. We have the 8 of Wands. So you are going through months worth of spiritual and personal growth just within the month of January. Oh, wow. We have the tree again. Okay, I literally don't know anything about the Hunger Games. I just know there's a song that's like, are you coming to the tree? Don't even know how it goes, except for are you coming to the tree? I don't know if that's significant to someone, but I just thought I would mention it. So anyway, trees could be a significant symbolism. Or like, oh, I was gonna say like something with the name of a tree. And that's so funny because my dad and stepmom have a dog and her name is Willow. So it's like a tree name. Or like my name is Underwood, which is a tree name. So yeah, something about a tree name could be significant, and I'm sure they exist in many different languages. It could even be like, for example, there's a neighborhood in back home in Canada called like Cedar Hill. Google says Cedar Hill is also a vibrant suburban city in Dallas County, Texas, known for its hilly terrain, abundant parks, access to Joe Pool Lake, and outdoor recreation. Sorry. But like, okay, I'm thinking of like Oakland. That's oak. It's a tree name. Okay, you guys get the picture. But anyway, yeah, there's a Cedar Hill in my hometown as well. So, anywho, as I was saying, you're going through very fast growth in the month of January, but you know what? I would not call this an overnight success because you've been growing your roots for months or even for years. You've been growing your roots deeper, deeper, deeper into the ground because maybe on a subconscious level, on a soul level, you knew that this time would come, that you would grow into a towering tree. Something in you knew, I'm gonna grow so freaking tall, so I better have my roots deep in the ground to keep me sturdy, to keep me connected to a source of nourishment. I better have a lot of roots and going deep in the ground. So, you know, it can be disheartening when you want to grow, but the more you try to grow, you just keep growing this way, further into the ground, further into the ground, further into the ground. Like, when is my turn to grow up into the sky? And I feel like it's now, it's January. You're gonna see why your roots had to go so deeply into the ground, because you are about to, and actually you are in the process of growing into the tallest tree you have ever seen, and it's gonna happen quickly. So you need those roots to support your quick growth. I'm just gonna say one example, but please apply this to your situation. So I imagined someone who is a creative and all they've wanted is to like make a living from their creations, to gain recognition. Maybe they've wanted to become like famous to some extent, but it seems like whatever they're making or whatever they're putting out there is not getting the response that they want. And for that reason, they spent a lot of time in solitude, like working on their self-worth. And now their self-worth has become like rock solid. It's become bulletproof. They worked on this for months. They worked on this for years. And now, one day in January, suddenly they realize they're blowing up. Like, they're suddenly gaining all of this attention and gaining all of this recognition and gaining all of this fame for their works. Now, if someone didn't have their sturdy roots, growing so much and being catapulted into the spotlight so quickly could be crushing. It could be overwhelming, but not for you. Whatever really fast growth is happening in January, you've spent so long preparing for it, whether you realize it or not. You're not going to fall under your own weight. I had a pet weed for a long time. He died, rest in peace, because larva ate his roots. Still upset about that. You know, a cute little, it was a beautiful weed. But he was always falling over from his own weight. I guess his roots weren't strong enough. Well, maybe because the larvae were eating them. But you are a tree that is so big and tall, but you stand up straight and tall and proudly because you have the roots to keep you upright like that. If you didn't spend all of this time sinking your roots deeper into the ground, when you went through this really fast period of growth that you're about to have in January, it's like you would just fall over because you wouldn't have that support underneath you. So back to the example, this person blows up. Now they have all of these eyes on their work, and with that comes the scrutiny and the criticism, and they don't care. They're like, I've spent so long building up my self-worth, like, you can't do anything to me. So that's just one example, maybe kind of a dramatized example, just to paint a picture of how this energy would play out in your life. But I'm really excited for you, and I hope that you're feeling excited too. And even if you're not at the time of watching this, it's okay, because the energy is just going to get lighter and lighter as you move through January. And again, I feel like 21st, 22nd, around there, like something could really be flipping for you. So group 1, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships, where you can watch the extendeds that go up every month. You can also watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings there, and my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, anyone who appeared in this reading, your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number 2s, so if you guys chose the Zebra Amber, this is going to be your reading all about your month of January 2026. We're going to start off the reading by pulling some cards from the Transparent Tarot. If you're not familiar with this deck, basically the cards are transparent, so you can overlap the images and get some pretty interesting messages in that way. And what I want to do here is ask your guides to show us a scene from your month of January. So this could be a highlight of your month, a scene that shows us what the main theme is going to be, something to look forward to, or something to look out for. So let's get into it. What scene can we see from Group 2's month of January 2026? Okay, we are starting with the Ace of Wands. In this deck in particular, the Ace of Wands really looks like inspiration hitting, so I like to see that. What else can we know about your month of January? Ooh, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, I really like these together because I feel like this is you. You're the King of Pentacles, and this represents some offering you are making to the universe, and the universe is responding with this blazing Ace of Wands. So what this looks like is, I'm hearing you're trying something. You're putting something out there to see what will happen, and the result that you get is way bigger than you expected. The analogy I'm being shown is turning a faucet, thinking that like, a little stream of water is gonna come out, and you turn it and it's like, and what do you call it? A tidal wave, 222 as I'm saying that. Interesting. So something you're trying or something you're putting out there, it's gonna have a way bigger result than you think. And I mean this in a good way, okay? The Ace of Wands, it's very exciting. It's fire, it's passion. Okay, another example I thought of is, let's say you're a creative and you send your work to someone and you're just like, hey, you know, I just wanted to share this with you. I thought you might like it, like no pressure to respond. And the person responds and is like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. We're gonna put you on the front page of this magazine, you know, like it's just the response or the reaction or the result of your action. It's just like a million times more and a million times better than what you thought. And I think it's just that you're more powerful than you think, or what you're doing is more impressive or effective than you think. You're just a lot more gifted, talented than you think. The King of Pentacles, now I say this like every time he comes out, but he is very, very good at what he does. He's one of the best. So maybe this is actually a very appropriate reaction to you, but it feels so big to you. Because I have a feeling maybe you don't realize like how gifted you are or how powerful you are. And this is the universe showing you. Let's get one more card. We have the Eight of Cups. This is something that felt out of reach. This is something that felt out of reach for you. So you're definitely pleasantly surprised and maybe kind of in disbelief. Okay, so it's like the response from the universe is so positive that you kind of think it's a fluke or it's a mistake. Like, are they responding to the wrong person? What's going on? Is the universe pranking me? That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling from you. But no, not at all. This is just your power. This is just your gift. This is just the impact that you have, group 2. And this Eight of Cups is interesting to me because usually we see someone walking, okay. This is interesting to note. So usually in the Eight of Cups, we see these cups are empty. And so the person's like, okay, there's nothing for me here. I'm gonna walk away. However, looks like you are a little bit crafty. You're a little bit resourceful. And you said, these cups are empty. So I can stack them on top of each other and use them as stepping stones to get what I really want. So the way I'm interpreting this is that a lot of my group 2s, you have probably been in some kind of temporary situation. Like it was not your end game, but in some way it was a stepping stone to help you. So perhaps many of you have been like, for example, in a certain job, or you have been in a certain program of study, or you've been living in a certain place and you're like, I know I'm not gonna be here forever. This is not what I wanna do forever, but I can utilize something here to help me get where I want to be. This was the key to your success, because you could have just as well been like, why bother starting now? Because I'm not where I want to be. And so I have to wait for these unfavorable circumstances to end, and then I can start pursuing what I want. But you were resourceful and you said, let me see what I have in my current environment. Let me see how maybe this situation, even though it's not what I want forever, maybe it's actually serving me in some way. Maybe it's actually helping me get to my ultimate goal in some way. That curiosity of how might the universe be providing me with something that's going to help me here, rather than like determining that the universe put me somewhere I don't want to be and there's nothing I can do. I don't know. There's something, you were resourceful and you used the empty cups as stepping stones. Group 1 kind of had a similar energy in that they took like negativity or negative emotion and channeled it into growth. And I feel like you took less than ideal circumstances and used it as stepping stones in some way. And this is the key to your success. And we see this common theme of you reaching forward and some like blinding light coming down from the sky. And I feel like this light coming down from the sky, it's definitely you being blessed by the universe. I also just heard you have passed Saturn's test. That's probably just for some of you, like if you've been through a Saturn return, or Saturn's gonna be changing signs very soon. So maybe this was like your test of like the period of Saturn being in Pisces, which started at around 2023. So the past couple years have been kind of like a test for some of you, and you passed, and now it's time to reap the rewards. I think this is a month where you're really gonna see your hard work and discipline pay off and complement the innate gift that you already have. Because raw talent is often not enough. Like, you need the hard work and the discipline as well. And so I think this is the month where you're really gonna see your hard work and discipline paying off. Okay, love this energy. So let's take a look at these cards, these oracle cards, to see what else is going on for you when it comes to overall themes in the month of January. Just read this. Okay, it says your desired outcome, but my brain read it as destined, which is definitely not a coincidence. Your desired/destined outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. Okay, so in case you needed confirmation, group 2, your desired outcome is in fact your destined outcome. And I'm being shown you are looking up at the sky. You can tell when it's gonna rain. The clouds are dark, heavy. Maybe you hear some thunder in the distance. Why would you have to push extra hard and try to force it to rain in that moment? You know it, well, I mean, first of all, you can't. You can't force the sky to rain. At least us normal people can't. But if you just wait, that's the natural course. Of course it's going to rain. So your desired/destined outcome is coming as certainly as rain is coming when you see dark, heavy clouds and you hear thunder. Okay, you got 2 of these. So we have I am exactly where I am meant to be. And everything always works out for me. Okay, so these cards could not be more clear for you. We have the 5th house with passion, performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, joy, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, disco ball. Okay, so definitely this blessing from the universe is coming with regards to something you are passionate about. And I think that life is about to get quite fun for you. A theme for this month, if you're having 5th house themes this month, this will definitely be play, creativity, doing things that you're passionate about. It can also indicate, you know, like a fun, flirtatious, dating kind of energy. So if you are single, you could be going on some very fun dates or meeting people that you have really good chemistry with. If you're in a relationship, this would be a month where you really feel the spark and like the playful and flirty energy between you and your partner, kind of like a honeymoon phase or a renewed honeymoon phase if you've been with them for a long time. Shout out, by the way, to my Virgo risings, because the sun will be in your 5th house for most of the month, and that is your sign that it's time to focus on play, focus on expressing yourself, focus on what you are passionate about. I want to say this message for my earth placements, but for everybody, honestly. Even if you do your passion for work, or you are like creative for work, remember to give yourself time to enjoy it just for fun. That, I'm hearing, that's how you will avoid burnout. Like, give yourself time to engage with your passion, your craft, your creativity, without like needing to perform in a certain way or like make money or anything like that, in a way that's kind of just for you. I keep wanting to talk about love life and dating. So, I mean, that is kind of a theme of the 5th house. But some of you could be like dating an artist, or an artist has a crush on you, or someone you have a crush on is an artist. I don't know. That's just coming through. Yeah, we also have idealism, sun in Aquarius. Well, the sun is also going to be in Aquarius for some of January. Shout out to my Libra risings as well. My Virgo and Libra risings, your energy is showing up here. Passion and idealism. Ooh. I really like this energy. I don't know if I have anything to add at this point. I just feel like this is further depicting your energy. I think a superpower you have is the ability to live in the future. And I don't mean that in a way like you're escaping the present moment by only thinking about the future. You kind of have this way of embodying your future self right now and I'm hearing like getting a cheat code from your future self. Let me tap into the version of me who already knows what to do here. Let me tap into the version of me who's already manifested this, and what would they do right now? I heard quantum leap, which I feel like is kind of cheesy, but you have the ability to like jump your consciousness into the future, into a future version of you. And I also feel like this helps you get through tough times in the present, because you're able to live in that future where things are bright and get solutions and insights from there. You're able to stay optimistic. You're able to remember like everything's gonna be okay. And if things aren't exactly as I want them right now, it's just because the story isn't over. That's optimism, but it's real. It's real for you, group 2. If things are not exactly as you want them, it's just because your story's not over yet and you just have to keep moving forward. Oop, there could be an energy of romanticizing your life and really seeing your life as a movie or as a book, and it's rich because it has ups and downs. And when you don't know what's next, all you have to do is keep reading. All you have to do is keep watching. You could really feel like you're simultaneously the main character in your life, but also an observer. And I think that's really cool because it's like you're connecting to a higher version of yourself. I'm not going to take all of these. I'm just going to count them. 11. Why did I know there was going to be 11? I guess I'm just psychic or something. But no, that is kind of cool. Aquarius energy, it is kind of visionary, it's future focused. So I think when you're imagining your future self or imagining your future life, you are quite literally seeing into the future. And maybe you'll have some kind of synchronicity like that where you knew exactly what was going to happen. Or this happens to me sometimes where like I haven't checked the time in hours and I'm like, I think it's 4:42 right now. And then it's that exact time. I think you're gonna have moments like that happening a lot in January, maybe even like dreams that play out in your waking life exactly as you saw it. Yeah, visionary, clairvoyant. You're giving this kind of vibe. Okay, let's get some tea leaf cards. Oh, also I want to just check what dates could be significant for my group 2s. I'm going to say like the 5th or 6th of January, which I believe, yeah, it's a Monday and Tuesday. The ephemeris has the days of the week, which that's the start of the first full week in January, right? yeah, that week I think is going to be significant for you. Like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe the weekend, 10, 11. But yeah, that first full week of January is significant. We have Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Why is this giving me the feeling like, it's not a competition, but I feel like some people think it is. And there's people who are like bragging and way more confident than you. Meanwhile, you're like one of the best at what you do and you're just like super quiet and humble about it. We have Basket, recognition, reward for merit. Be wary of someone. You're gonna meet someone or be around someone in January who's like constantly boasting about their accomplishments. And it's one thing to be proud of what you've accomplished. I'm not saying you should hide that, but it seems like this person, they're always talking about their accomplishments and who they know, like, because they're insecure. So they're always talking about like, oh yeah, I know this person, I know this famous person, and I have connections to this person. And it might be true, and that's awesome, but it's like someone who brings that up a weird amount, or someone who brings up their accomplishments a weird amount, where it's like, we know that, like, are you okay? It's like someone, I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm being rude, it's like someone trying to convince you and maybe also convince themselves in a way that they're bigger than they feel on the inside. Okay, we also have Dog. Group number 1 got Dog energy too. Protection from a powerful friend. Aw. I am immediately thinking of the Chinese zodiac because the rooster and dog are right next to each other. So people born in the year of the rooster or the dog could be significant. Off the top of my head, 1993, 1994 is a rooster dog. I guess then 2005, 2006, 1981, 1982. Is that right? I think so. People born in those years could be significant. When is the next year of the rooster? That would be my sister's year of the rooster. So it would be when she's 36, which is 2029. So, I mean, obviously we're not quite there yet, but that's only 3 years from now. So I say the next 3 years is like your peak. You're the main character. Anyway, you're entering into a new world, and somehow I just get the feeling that there's some pretentious energy, not in you, but in the field you're stepping into, in the spaces you're going to be stepping into. For some of you, this could be like you're moving to a new city. And there's, depending on the spaces you go to, there's a bit of pretentious energy in that city. And I don't think I need to tell you this, but just make sure that you don't get lost in it, and don't believe everything everyone says. Because when you're like an honest person with pure intentions, sometimes it's hard to wrap your head around the things people will lie about. You know, like this person said they climbed Mount Everest. Like, you wouldn't lie about that. Why would you lie about that? Some people will. People will lie about anything. And when you're not that kind of person, it's hard to like conceive that someone would do that, but they absolutely would. So just be wary of people who are bragging. They could be embellishing the story. They could be flat out lying. And like, don't fall for like, oh my gosh, this is such an amazing high up person. They can offer me a lot of things, because they're probably not being totally authentic. You can give you a lot of things. You don't need people like, hey, what about this shiny thing? You don't need that. Okay, some of you need to hear this. And stick with your true friends, stick with the people who keep you grounded, and your work on its own and your humility and your discipline, that's what's gonna bring you success. Okay, so let's get into the specific areas of your life. We're gonna pull one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. Love life and relationships, career and studies, spiritual and personal growth. So let's get our oracle cards as well. Love life and relationships, career and studies, spiritual and personal growth. Okay, so let's get into it. Starting with your cards for love life and relationships. Your tarot card is the Hermit. Some of my group twos really do not give an F about love and being in a relationship, at least right now. And for the oracle card, we have the Home. I don't know why this is the first thing coming to my mind when I see this card, but I don't know if this is a quote, I just hear people say it. Like, if you think that you're healed, go and spend time with your family. So some of you could be, oh, interesting. Yeah, now when I put these two energies together, I'm thinking about someone who's like at home, but they're just staying in their room. Some of you could be going to visit family or going back to your hometown at some point in January, but going back with new boundaries and not forcing yourself to completely deplete your social battery. I also think some of you who chose this group might have, and like even I feel uncomfortable saying it, like you might have a family that drains your social battery, and some of you may feel kind of guilty about that, and there's nothing to feel bad about, like especially if you're more of an introvert, or you're kind of like a black sheep in the family, or you have your chosen family who you vibe more with. Like, that's completely okay. I just feel this energy. Some of you are like visiting family, visiting a hometown. Maybe there's some kind of reunion going on with people from your hometown, but you're not forcing yourself to be someone you're not. So if you get comments like, why are you being so quiet? What? Oh, you're going home already? Like, why don't you want to come out? Like, you're not going to give into those pressures. Like, I'll come, I'll see you, I'll spend time with you, I'll catch up with you, but I'm not going to like give into pressures to be more extroverted than I am, or to be more, I think, gregarious, like social than I am. I'm just naturally a bit more of a chill and quiet person in these dynamics, and I like listening, and so you're not going to make me feel bad for being quiet, or for going home early, or for spending time alone. That's a message for some of you. Now, originally I was getting the vibe that some of you just don't give an F about love right now, like finding a romantic partner. Maybe you're very happy being single with this Hermit card. If you are looking for a partner, I would bet that you are going to manifest someone who matches this energy. So being with them just feels very comfortable, very low key. You don't have to try, and it's such a beautiful energy to have with someone right off the bat. For those of you who are meeting a new person, it's like you're just immediately comfortable in each other's company, comfortable in the silences. Like, you don't feel like you have to fill all the pauses. You don't feel like you have to over emote, I'm hearing. That's something I've struggled with in some previous friendships where I feel like I have to be, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. When really I just want to be like, hey, because that's just how I felt like being in the moment. Finding someone who matches your energy, that it just feels incredibly peaceful to be with them, and someone who feels like home. I invite you to claim this energy for romantic partnerships coming in, as well as for friendships. You don't have to worry about matching the energy of the group because it already is your energy. And you don't have to worry about, oh, like, do they think I'm being weird? Do they think I'm being too quiet? Do they think I'm being rude? Like, no, they get you. They get your energy. Constantly having that part of your brain on that's analyzing the interaction is so draining, and you are going to be around people that you don't have to do that. And also just deciding for yourself, I'm not going to do that. So even if you do end up in a group that has a different energy than you, you're like, that's okay. I'll just be the odd one out. And that's reminding me of the dog message of like, remembering who your true friends are, the ones who keep you grounded. We were talking about being aware of pretentious energies in your relationships or in people around you, and also like beware of relationships or people around you who it's almost like they pressure you to pretend to be someone else. And you're like, no, I'm good being myself, thanks. That's fine. And be careful, even if someone is saying they're gonna offer you something, you know, oh, like we can work together, we can collaborate. If you just move a little bit more in this direction, if you just change XYZ about how you're carrying yourself or your approach, no, I'm good, thanks. It's not worth the headache, group 2. Like, I'll just say that right away. Even if it seems like someone's offering you something really nice, if it requires you to like pretend to be someone else or act in a way that feels unnatural to you, it will not be worth the headache. Stay in the spaces where you feel comfortable, because there's a difference between stepping outside of your comfort zone and like just fully betraying yourself. And we do not have to do that to receive love, to receive opportunities. And we're not. I think this month and moving forward in 2026, you're committing to not doing that. Like, I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be the hermit that goes to the beat of their own drum. And that's it. End of story. Okay. Group 2. Why am I reaffirming that you're group 2? Anyway, let's look at your messages for career and studies. We have the Chariot. And we have the Key. Okay, so we are making, obviously, we are making huge progress in career, studies, creative pursuits, learning skills, any projects or endeavors that we have going right now. We're making huge progress and we're moving forward. This little pug looks like Yumi. She's so cute. She's fast asleep right now because for some reason she decided to stay up all night. So I feel super bright-eyed and bushy too. Now she's sleeping like a baby. Anyway, the Key, oh yeah, says solution on it. I was gonna say the Key seems like you're finding a solution that is going to help you propel forward much faster and with much more certainty. I heard something like you are finding a process that takes away a lot of guesswork in the way you work, in the way you study, in the way you create. It removes a lot of the guesswork of, am I doing this right? Is this a good approach? You're finding a system that you can just fall back to, that you don't really have to think about. And this makes you progress so much faster. So I'm seeing this on a daily scale. Like, you finish your day's work, much quicker and easier. And then of course that compounds over the weeks, over the months. It feels like you're moving a lot more smoothly. I think you're also getting a lot more organized, because I just saw a visual of a student whose notes are all over the place. Like, they have like calculus notes, some loose sheets in this binder and some loose sheets in that binder, and they have a crumpled up sheet at the bottom of their bag, and now they have everything in one place and it's like color coded, and they have a system to remember things, and like some organization or plan or system that you're sticking to is just making everything so much faster and easier. And I feel like you will be surprised how much more you are getting done, but you're actually feeling less drained at the end of the day or at the end of the week. I also heard something like you are running laps around people. So I don't want to compare to others too much, but I think this will be a really clear benchmark of your progress if you in the past had been the type of person who struggles to keep up with your peers, and now that you have found this system that works for you, it's like you're actually ahead of other people. Again, not that you're competing with them. Well, maybe you are, depending on the nature of your job, but it's like, oh, like I never thought I could be progressing this quickly, or I could be, going this strong still. So I'm very proud of you, group 2. And you're finding something that feels intuitive, like a study method that feels intuitive, a way to organize things that feels intuitive. Even if it's a bit different than the way everybody else does it, if it works for you, it works for you. And that's all that really matters, because you're the one who's creating your results. You're the one who has to use the approach and use the system. So who cares if it's different? You're feeling more confident that your way of doing things that feels natural to you is what's gonna work best for you. And it kind of reminds me of this hermit energy of like, I'm just gonna go my own way and do my own thing. And if it's different from you, that's okay. Like, oh, everyone in my group is taking notes this way, so I should do it the same way as them. You don't have to. If they're like, why are you doing it that way? Well, it's not your business, first of all. But I'm being sassy in this reading today, eh? Like, who's giving you a hard time, group 2? Who's been giving you a hard time about the way you do things? Who do I have to speak to? Because I'm feeling sassy. I'm feeling a little bit heated. Like, can you leave me alone? Let me do my thing. Okay. But the important thing is now you're feeling confident to do things in your own way. And I think the key and the solution is like something you knew all along, but that you just had to trust. For some of you, like just doing something intuitively is the way to go. Okay, finally, we're going to look at your cards for your spiritual and personal growth. We have Strength. And we have the dog again. Aw. Do you have a doggy, group 2? This could be a dog who's on Earth right now or who is on the other side, maybe even a future dog who has yet to come into your life and who has already chosen your soul to be their human companion for the duration of their lifetime. If you've been thinking about getting a dog, maybe this is your sign. But the Strength card, I just personally, and you probably know this if you watch my readings, thank you by the way if you're a frequent watcher, Strength card often gives me bestie energy, and especially because we have the dog here. Dog is a man's best friend, and this dog card says protection from a powerful friend. I'm definitely getting the vibe of, and I mean, it could be a different kind of animal as well, of course, but maybe a dog for many of you who is your best friend and Oh, I'm hearing like a best friend who teaches you about unconditional love. This is so sweet. I definitely do think in general, friendship is a big theme for you. I've probably already said this like 3 times in your reading, but like remembering your true friends. And there's definitely also been this feeling in friendships or in relationships in general, not getting, I feel like there's someone or people around you who are trying to show you like shiny things and being like, you should come with me, you should partner with me. But you're sticking to, I'm thinking of when, I think it's in the first Harry Potter movie, when Malfoy sees Harry and Ron becoming friends and he's like, you don't want to be like making friends with the wrong sort. I can help you there. And then Harry's like, I think I can tell who the wrong sort are for myself, thanks. I feel like this is your energy. Like, I know who my real friends are. I know who's going to support me. I know who's going to be there through my good days and my bad days. And I don't know what exactly this energy is, but it's like having supportive friends who are always reminding you who you are and reminding you that you're worthy of unconditional love. And they're keeping you grounded, and it's stopping you from like falling for shiny things. Like someone else is tempting you with shiny things that they either do not actually have, or like they may give you shiny things, but they're not going to be there in the long run. So it's like stick to the friends you've always had, or the people you've always trusted, the people who truly know you, the people who ground you. Maybe this month you're having like a newfound or renewed appreciation for certain like family and friends, or certain things they've done for you to keep you grounded. It's important that you stay grounded because you're achieving a lot. There's a bit of similarities to group 1. It's not exactly the same, but if you felt called to group 1 as well, you may want to check it out. But yeah, I feel like a theme for 2026, okay, but specifically for January 2026, when it comes to your personal growth, is like trusting in the potential of your own garden. Like, I know that I planted good seeds. I know that I watered it well. I know that my flowers are going to be beautiful. So when someone else, especially someone who I don't know that well, is like, hey, come over here, like look at my beautiful flowers, I'll give you some. You're like, no, I'm good. I'm actually growing my own. And I've raised these flowers since they were babies, and I put a lot of energy into them, and I know they're going to be good. Your flowers look great, but I don't need them. I have mine, and they're going to take a bit more time, but I'm okay with that. It's like that kind of energy. Stay grounded, group 2s. Okay. I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships, where you can watch the extended readings that go up every month. You can also watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to everyone who appeared in this reading, your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 3s. So if you guys chose the Citrine, this is going to be your reading all about your month of January 2026. We're going to start off this reading by pulling a few cards from the Transparent Tarot. If you are unfamiliar with this deck, basically it has transparent cards so you can overlap the images, which makes some interesting messages. So we're gonna ask your guides to show us a scene from your month of January 2026. This could be a highlight of your month, a scene that shows us what the main theme of your month is, something to look forward to, something to look out for. Let's see what scene they would like to show us from your month of January. Okay, we are starting with, this is the Hermit. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Devil. Okay, this is definitely giving a feeling of freeing yourself internally. You have discovered a new perspective or a new mindset that is really freeing you. If I look at this imagery, obviously the Devil looks restrictive. You are chained up, as we usually see in the Devil card. Here, in this Hermit card, there's an emphasis on the summit of the mountain with this shining light emanating from it. So definitely top of the mountain feels like a higher perspective. I want to say it feels like you're away from the bullshit, too, as I say that. Sometimes I feel this when I'm in a plane, like, and I'm above the clouds, just soaring above earth. And I'm like, look at me. I'm so far away from all the bullshit down on earth. So I think you're feeling like this internally. You've risen above some lower ego-based ways of thinking. You don't see it that way anymore. You have a higher perspective now, and this is liberating you. And I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, this is the greatest gift that you could give yourself. This is an offering that you gave to yourself. And it took a lot of time to get here. You've shifted something inside of you. And you did it the hard way, or you did it in a way that takes a lot of time. Day in, day out, showing up for yourself consistently. How do I describe this energy? This was not like a reprogram your subconscious overnight, raise your vibration overnight. You did it in a it was a long journey. You didn't fly to the top of this mountain on a helicopter. You walked to the top. And no one can take your internal journey away from you. It's a bit hard for me to ground this energy, but I want to say something like you didn't cheat or you didn't cut corners to get to this elevated perspective or to get to this higher vibration. I'm not sure what cutting corners would look like. I don't know. I guess like coping mechanisms or mood enhancement things that just like temporarily make you feel better. You took the hard way and you took the real way to make yourself feel better. I guess you did so through healthy habits and in a way that really required consistency and discipline from you, and in a way that sets yourself up like for the long-term future. Some of you have maybe broken a habit that was really, really hard to break, or you're going to be successful with this in the month of January. Alternatively, you could be finally successful in changing or forming a new habit Well, I guess that's often how you get rid of a bad habit. You form a new one. But yeah, you haven't cut corners when it comes to your health. Your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. You've foregone the let me just feel better for the moment and like taken a more difficult way. And I think your guides are very, very proud of you. And I think this is the month where you really feel like you've changed. Like you're a new person and you're proud of yourself and that it was all worth it. I don't know what this journey is specifically for you who is watching this, but when I sit with the energy, it's like I want to cry. And I think it's a mix of just being so proud and also like, damn, it was a long journey, but I freed myself and I proved to myself that I can change, that I can change my beliefs, that I can change my self-concept, that I can change my habits. I proved to myself that I can do that, and I didn't need anybody's like quick fix. There's a common thread throughout the groups today of sort of taking things into our own hands and showing ourselves how powerful we truly are when we don't like wait for something or someone to give us what we want, but we just move towards it, start walking, start climbing that mountain. And I think what you're learning is that there is no like magic secret to get what you want. You just show up every day. And I keep wanting to say like no one can take that away from you because you got there through lived experience and it's like in your body now. Like you know it. You know your journey with muscle memory. You know what you've been through and no one can take this away from you. This is very powerful. I'm proud of you, group 3. I don't know what what journey you went on, but I'm very proud of you. You've changed. You've changed your inner world. You've changed your health for the better, for sure. And it's interesting that like I'm talking about this in the past tense, even though this is a reading for the month ahead. So you've already put a lot of effort into this. I think January then is when it really clicks that it's paid off and that it was all worth it. Okay, let's look at some oracle cards to see your main theme for the month. We have Aurora. You are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon become inspired by your example. Ooh, that makes a lot of sense because I think a lot of people in general, but perhaps in your circle, are still kind of operating in these lower egoic ways of thinking. Meanwhile, you're up here at the top of the mountain seeing everything from a bird's eye view, from this higher perspective. And people could tend to judge what they don't understand. You're on a whole new level now. And there's some people who are not ready to meet you there or who like can't resonate with you. Imagine, this is just one example. Imagine you are getting healthy and like no one else in your family, no one else in your friend group is doing that. And people could be judging or questioning your new lifestyle choices, or they just don't get it. Or you're just not like vibing with them in the same way. And I'm thinking of that expression like it's lonely at the top. And this card is saying, don't go back down. Stand firm where you are and invite others to join you up here. I'm hearing someone say, you've changed. And you're like, yes, I have. And you can too. Come join me. Come join me at the top of this mountain. The view's beautiful up here. Damn. Okay. So we also have I give myself permission to release any guilt, shame, or regret. By climbing to the top of this mountain, you are doing something that most people don't do. And you cannot feel guilty or feel like it's somehow your fault if others are not ready to meet you here. You will no longer stoop down to their level, and you won't feel guilty about that. Like, I'm not coming down. I worked hard to get up here. I'm not coming down, and I'm not turning down my light just because it's too bright for you, or you feel threatened by it, or it makes you feel like insecure about your own light. Oh, I was gonna say life. It's a slip, but like about your own light/life. I'm very sorry. I hope you realize that you can join me up here and that we can all shine our lights together. But until then, I'll be chilling at the top of my mountain. Thank you. Okay, we have 11th house, the edge. Interesting, because this is about like friends and community. I do sort of get the feeling that you're going through something where the more you level up, the less relatable you are to, I want to say like to the masses, but that's not a bad thing. And we have achievement. This is an amazing achievement. It's interesting we have the sun in Capricorn because the sun is going to be in Capricorn for most of January. We have the numbers 10 and 11 coming here. So I think areas of your life that will be in focus in the month of January are your career, your public image, and your long-term goals, and your community at large. Now, this is a message that could apply whether you are public facing or not, but there's kind of a feeling of no longer recognizing or no longer resonating with a persona that you once had, that your community or your audience, if you are a public facing person, has come to know you as. I guess like if I use myself as an example, it would be like if I no longer recognize KINO, like, or I no longer resonate with KINO. I'm like, who is that? I don't want to show up in that way anymore. And the authentic you may be less relatable or less palatable, just less for everyone, but very much for a certain select few people. And that's really exciting. Okay, you can take this literally or metaphorically, but I feel like this is a month where moving forward, you're no longer trying to appeal to the masses, and you're appealing to the smaller group of souls who have a shared mission with you, who are very similar to you energetically, who are perhaps even your soulmates or soul family. You're zooming in to really find your group, your people, your community, rather than trying to resonate with everyone and find your community everywhere. And realizing, I want to talk about audience again. Let me know if you're public facing, but it doesn't have to be about public figures. I just wanted to say, like, it's better to have a smaller audience who loves you and supports you than a really big audience who's kind of like lukewarm about you. So I guess if I translate that to a non-public facing way, it's better to have a few people in your circle who will like ride for you no matter what and who love your authentic energy than to have a million friends and acquaintances who are like, yeah, group theory is pretty cool. That doesn't really do anything for you. I guess it feeds your ego, right? It feeds your ego, who thinks more is better, more is safer. But from a higher perspective, now you are looking for what is authentic. And so this may be really changing your goals. You know, I'd rather work for a smaller, lesser known company whose values I really resonate with, whose people, like, we're cut from the same cloth, we're two peas in a pod, we're a team that works together beautifully, and I really believe in and love what the company's doing. I'd rather do that than work for a huge, well-known company that's going to impress everybody. That's no longer a factor or a concern for you. Like what, quote unquote, everybody will think, or the masses or the community at large. Something being prized by the general public, like, doesn't appeal to you. It doesn't matter to you. Like, oh, you got hired by that company. That's a highly respected company by everyone. It's like, I don't care. I care about the company that I respect personally. Or like, oh, you hang out with that group? That group is so cool. You must be cool too. I care about the group I think is cool. I guess you're valuing your own preferences, your own tastes, and this could even affect like the way you dress. I don't care if everyone thinks this brand is really cool. I don't care if, like, you'd rather go for the smaller scale, lesser known, but that's really resonant with you. You don't have anyone to impress. You don't have anyone to impress. You're looking for what impresses you. Okay, I think I've kind of spun this enough ways. But now you're really curating a life that is fit for the authentic you, and that is not like a performance or proving how amazing you are to someone. Maybe you don't even know to who. To society. I don't know. And, you know, I get kind of why I was associating this energy with a public figure, but honestly, in today's day and age, even just a regular non-public facing person could feel these pressures because, like, everyone is on social media and everybody's watching and judging what everybody does. And there's these like spoken and unspoken standards that we should hold ourselves to. And I think you're just unsubscribing from that this month and moving forward in 2026. It could be just like a general fatigue that you have for it. I heard like keeping up with the Joneses, which I think is an expression where you're like, oh, my peers and my neighbors have this purchase, so I have to purchase it too to show that I'm cool and with the times. Like you're unsubscribing from all of that is what it looks like to me, and focusing on achievements and pouring your heart and soul into communities that truly matter to you. Okay, so let's look at some tea leaf cards to see what else is happening for you in the month of January. We have December. We have Weeping Willow, Family Sorrow. I wonder if some of you were feeling kind of down at the end of the year. Some of you watching this may like finish off December and we're just not really looking forward to the new year. But I promise you're breaking free from the crap, from your own internal limiting belief crap, and also from society's crap. I promise you're breaking free from it. And I promise you that a bright future is possible for us, for the collective, for Earth. I know shit looks bleak sometimes, but it is possible. We have Owl, good advice from a wise person, and Carrot, opportunity or windfall. Opportunity or windfall. That's like when a bunch of money comes in at once, right? A windfall. Some of you could be, if you previously This is not financial advice, but if you previously invested money into something that could be paying off, or some of you could be getting a financial advisor, or just starting to take your money more seriously. Sun in Capricorn in tarot, this correlates to the Four of Pentacles, where we see someone like being frugal, holding on to their resources. This paired with good advice and windfall. I don't know if you, like, some of you maybe made some good financial decisions and that's going to be paying off for you. Or maybe, like, if you chose to be more frugal during this past holiday season, I think you're really going to be happy that you made that decision as we enter into the new year. Be open to advice, but remember that it always needs to pass through the filter of your own discernment. And you could be receiving good life advice from an older person. Some of you are even going to be reminded or remembering advice that a family member gave you who's no longer on earth. Like a grandparent, for example. You remember all those years ago, my grandparent gave me this advice, and it's coming back up fresh in your memory right now because it's relevant now. And I would bet that your family member kind of planted that memory in your mind from the other side. Like, remember what I told you. Remember what I used to say all those years ago. That's relevant right now. You could see owls or willow trees as a sign of a grandparent or a pass-on family member. Is there anything else? I just want to say, don't worry if you're going into the beginning of this new year in a kind of lower energy. I don't know about you guys, judging from how I've been feeling and some of the energy I've been picking up on in readings, and just, generally surveying the collective. I think a lot of us are going into the new year kind of like, oh, here we go. But I promise you it's gonna get better. And you're gonna reach the mountaintop this year, this month. Things are starting to pay off. You're gonna be happy that you didn't give up when times were shitty. Okay, so let's move into the specific areas of your life. We are going to pull one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. Let's take some oracle cards as well. King of Bones and Ace of Sausages. Sounds weirdly sexual. The Magician, someone's confident in their abilities. Okay, we have the Book. Whoop. Let's take both of these. The Butterfly and the Anchor. And the Tree. Group 1 also got the Tree in this exact section. Interesting. Okay, so let's get into the specific areas of your life. For your love life and relationships, we have the King of Bones, which I think is the King of Swords, but I'm just going to double check. Yes, it is. We have the King of Bones, which is the King of Swords, and we have the Book. This is making me think you're getting some kind of closure about a past relationship, you're able to revisit something from a more objective place and from a more level-headed place. There could be a relationship with a specific person that you are looking back on. It could be a specific interaction with someone that you're looking back on, or just in general, looking at how it's like you're auditing. That's a weird word, but sure. I don't even know if that's the right word. Examining how you used to communicate with people in your life. And you're able to do this now because it's like enough time has passed, or you're emotionally removed from the raw feelings of the experience. Now you can look at it with fresh eyes, with a fresh mind, without judgment, and learn about yourself. And it's like, I almost feel like you're analyzing yourself and analyzing the way you communicate and objectively looking for ways that you can improve and be a better communicator and be a better problem solver with people in your life. So this is just one example. Let's say like months ago or whatever, you had a big argument with your ex over text. Or yeah, you had a big argument with your situationship or something. And now you can look back at the texts without having an emotional reaction. And you can just calmly read what you said, calmly read what they said, and kind of take note. Like, I could have articulated myself a bit better in that moment. Okay, in this moment, they were being a total asshole. I did nothing wrong. Like, you're able to sort of look back at those previous exchanges and like assess your behavior in an objective way and decide for yourself what you would like to work on in the future. And there's no right or wrong answer, right? It's based on the type of person you want to be and who you want to align with. But it's kind of like using past exchanges as a tool to get an objective idea of yourself and like what work you might have to do. Like in the future, during conflicts, I would like to try to express myself more in this way. I would like to become better at communicating in XYZ ways. Some of you could be writing out like a message that you would send to someone. Whether you send it or not, that's totally up to you. I think it's an exercise that's more for you. Like if I could talk to this ex now, I would probably say this. Just having that experience of writing it out so you can see for yourself how you've processed things and how you've grown and how you've evolved. So like it's not really for the other person. It's for future people in your life because you're working on like being the best version of yourself and communicating with them better and treating them better. But yeah, it's mainly for you and your own growth. Also, some of you could be objectively observing like things that you've created. Maybe you are, let's say you're a singer and you can watch videos of yourself singing objectively and be like, oh, that was really good. That was not so good. I'm going to improve on this part next time. You're assessing yourself and like giving yourself feedback because your subjective view of yourself is important. You know who you're trying to become. You know how you want to improve. So having this little, it's like having a reflection with yourself, having a little session with yourself to see where you're at. And I think in the process, you're gaining closure about past relationships or past situations, really letting them go, knowing that like it was worth it because I grew and I became a better person. I don't know about you, I don't know about the other person, but I reflected and I learned and I grew. And
some of you are becoming more comfortable observing yourself in this way. Like, I know there's many people who, for example, they don't want to hear recordings of their own voice because it's like cringe to them, or like see themselves on video. I feel like you're becoming more comfortable with this. And if you're like creative, or if you're a performer in some way, this could help you improve your craft. Like, sometimes I mean, I don't have that many, but I'll watch videos of myself like DJing, and I'm like, oh my God, I look so awkward up there. Like, my stage presence is so bad. And that could make me uncomfortable and just not want to watch it, but watching it will be good for you. Objectively observing yourself will be good for you. You could even be like reading your old journals and just observing, seeing how you've changed. The King of Swords, it feels like you're collecting data. You're collecting data about how you want to improve in a very just like detached and objective way. You could also be getting really clear about the type of person you want to manifest a relationship with. I hope that makes sense. That's an interesting message to come out for relationships, because it's like, it does feel personal and introspective. Let's get into your messages for career and studies. So we have the Ace of Sausages. Whatever you're doing, it's definitely very interesting for you. And imagine you're this dog and you see a giant sausage in the sky. That feels very promising. So I think whatever you're doing, it's something that interests you. So you have intrinsic motivation to do it, but also the payoff seems to be very promising. This seems like the ideal situation. This is the energy of finding a job that you genuinely enjoy doing, and also it pays you well. The joy you get from it internally and what you are to gain from it externally are both like ideal conditions. So I think this is going to be an area of your life where you're feeling really fulfilled. I also really like that we have stability here. So for those of you who have, oh yeah, and you had like Four of Pentacles energy earlier on as well. For those of you who have struggled with financial security or with job security, you are definitely going to find yourself in a stable situation in January. Some of you could be getting offered a full-time position with benefits and stuff, where before you were just working shifts and it was more like unstable hours. You're getting like a predictable schedule, or at least you can trust that you're going to get enough hours to make the money that you want to make. For those of you who have your own business, this would definitely be the energy of having a steady stream of income, which means that you are consistently making sales, you are consistently getting new clients, or having people repeat what do you call it? Getting repeaters, however you say that. Getting regular customers. If you are like a social media creator, this would be getting consistent engagement, getting consistent revenue from the things that you put out. But there's also the opportunity for growth and evolution, which is so important. I feel like this is a situation where you're getting the best of both worlds, rather than like, it's a stable job, but it's not really going anywhere. It just pays the bills. Like, no, you have opportunities to grow. Yes, it's stable, but there's variety as well, because I feel like this Ace of Wands energy, it keeps things fun. And this transformation energy of the butterfly, it feels like you can learn different things, you can try different roles, you can sort of wear different hats at different stages in your journey. It teaches you new things about yourself. It teaches you new strengths that maybe you didn't know you had. So it's kind of like, I want to say you're having your cake and eating it too, okay? So many of you may come from a past where it's like you either had a job that was really stable but really boring, or it was really fun and interesting and dynamic, but it was super unstable and inconsistent. And now you get the best parts of both. You get the stability and you get the fun and excitement. So I would say this is an area of your life where you're going to be really blessed. I don't really see anything to look out for, or there's not even really advice coming up in this section. It's just your guides saying shit's gonna be good, enjoy it. And that's all. And finally, for your spiritual and personal growth, we have the Magician and we have health. So the Magician is a great card when it comes to like confidence, self-esteem, your self-concept, I feel is going to be very healthy from January moving forwards. That makes a lot of sense because we know that you've put in a lot of hard work to change your mindset and to change your habits and to become a healthier person. This is a huge confirmation that in January you are going to start to see that paying off. And people are going to be wondering how you did it. But again, there's no magic secret. It's just showing up for yourself every day. I think that manifesting is going to become easier for you. Everything is aligned. This Magician has the wand, the cup, the sword, and the pentacle, or in this case, the bone, the sausage, the bowl, and the stick. Is that what it is? I think the cups are bowls. I'm just looking in the deck. Yes. So you have the mental clarity, the physical energy, you have the willpower, you have the emotion to back your actions. You have everything you need to be successful. And rather than, there's a big shift happening here where you no longer believe in the manifestation technique as the thing that works. You believe in yourself. I feel like we talk about this a lot, but it always bears repeating. It's not the technique that manifests. It's not like writing it down 33 times or 69 times or whatever it is. It's not the affirmations. It's not the visualizations. It's your belief in those things that makes it work. At the end of the day, you are the magic, not the technique. And that might sound like I'm just arguing about semantics, but I feel like that reframing is really important. That you recognize this manifested because of me. I manifested it. The technique didn't manifest it. It was me. Doesn't matter what technique I use. If I believe it's gonna work, then it's gonna work. I just heard thinking that the technique manifested it for you is like thinking that the pen wrote the book for you. It's just a tool. You could write your book with the pen. You could have written it with a pencil. You could have written it with a Sharpie, with a highlighter, with a gel pen. It's not about which one will write my book for me. You. It's from your mind. It's from your genius. It's from your magic. So I think this spiritual and personal growth is just you believing in your magic. And I kind of see some correlations with this King of Swords because, you know, the same way that you're able to give yourself credit where credit is due and say, this was successful because of me, you're also able to objectively look and say, like, oh, I need to tweak this about my energy, about my frequency to make this work. Going back to me watching the video of myself DJing, you know, I could watch that back and say, oh, I think the lighting is just bad, or now the person took this video at a bad angle, the camera quality's bad, that's why I look like a clown up there. Like, rather than just being honest with myself and saying like, no, the cringiness I'm observing in the energy of this video is in fact me, you wouldn't blame the pen if a book sucks, and you wouldn't congratulate the pen if a book is good. This is such a weird analogy, but realizing how much of it is just you and your energy and your frequency, that's the real magic. And knowing when to like own that and keep doing what you're doing, and knowing when to tweak it and being able to like assess that objectively, that is your greatest superpower. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about pens. But I think that's everything that I need to tell my group number 3s. So thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have a link down below. My tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships where you can watch the extendeds that go up every month. You can also watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, everyone who appeared in this reading, your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.